spinning, jumping and skating at the same time, smiling, pushing through the pain, failing and getting up to try it over and over again, flexibility, strength and endurance. A lot of competition in an ice-cold world, blood, sweat and tears to accomplish the goals you set. You have to sacrifice a lot when you want to become a professional within this difficult sport. I spent 15 hours a week on the ice and I would love to show you what it's like. I recently graduated International Tourism Management at BUas without any study delay, even though I was combining it with my figure skating career at Team Ice United. Today I will tell you about my time here at BUas and what it was like to combine figure skating with my studies. I will even take you to the ice rink. To really take a look at my life here as a student, I will now show you to my room in Breda. I first got started with figure skating when I was 6 years old. I couldn't sleep, so I went downstairs and my mom was watching it on TV. I saw all the beautiful dresses and I just wanted to put them on myself, and yeah, that's why I really started figure skating at first. After doing figure skating for about 4 years, I went to a ballet academy and there I was not allowed to combine figure skating with dancing, so I had to quit. And then after 2 years, when I went to a modern dance academy, I was allowed to skate. So I discovered Team Ice United, which was recently created. And a lot of old friends from my figure skating career were in that team. So in the beginning, I actually just joined for fun because I wanted to spend some time with them on the ice. And yeah, it turned out to be pretty serious in the end. When I first joined Team Ice United, it was a really small team, only 12 members, I guess. And yeah, it was basically for fun. So once or twice a week, we were skating together, nothing really serious. But then we started competing, and the more competitions we won, actually, the more competitive we got. And we started focusing on becoming senior. And yeah, that's kind of how it became more serious, because everyone got their goals and the goals became higher, so yeah, and we became better actually. When I was 10 years old, I had to choose between dancing and skating, and for me that was a really hard decision. Actually, I think I cried myself to sleep a few nights because I was I really didn't know what to choose. But in the end, I thought with ballet I can achieve more maybe, and it was such a big opportunity for me, so in the end I did choose for ballet. But yeah, I'm very happy that I can skate again and that it's still part of my life. The first time when I skated at an ISU competition, so that's the International Skating Union across the world for figure skating and everything speed skating. Yeah, I walked in there and there was this huge audience. I never skated in front of an audience that big, and it just felt amazing. So from that moment in time, I was just yeah, I want to skate in front of big audiences again, and maybe even bigger audiences. So yeah, that's when I realized that it's really important for me. Currently, I'm actually more focusing on skating again, because it's kind of a combination of my two passions, because I can also dance on the ice. And yeah, I still enjoy dancing very much, but I don't have that much time to do it anymore. My biggest inspiration when I did figure skating is Sada, which is a Japanese figure skater. I actually have a dress inspired by one of her dresses. I have it here. It's she had it in a different color, but yeah, I really like it. Because I traveled so much for my skating, I actually got interested in tourism as well, because I also got into contact with so many different cultures and people. So yeah, that's when I started looking for a study to choose, and I found International Tourism Management, and that really spoke to me. I chose to study International Tourism Management at BUas because, yeah, first of all, it's close to my home, but it's also because Breda is an amazing city, and I heard from my dad and other people that are already doing business that BUas is well known in the Netherlands and also in many international businesses. So yeah, that's also why I thought like, okay, it's a good school, so I want to study there. Especially in the beginning, it was quite difficult to make a good planning because you sometimes had a competition and you were away for about like 5 days and maybe the next week again 5 days. So if you had exams during those weeks, it could be quite challenging because I had to make a lot of organization arrangement that I could do it at a different time. So in the beginning it was quite difficult to combine figure skating and my sports because I was away a lot, especially during the winter months. Sometimes you had competitions, you were away for 5 days and then the next week you were again away for 5 days. So if you had exams after that or during that period, it could be quite challenging. But yeah, they always came up with a plan or they let me do the resit or yeah, it was, in the end it's fine, but in the beginning it's really difficult to get adjusted to it. Most of the time we start with a warm-up and a bit of stretching, and then we go onto the ice. And after an ice press session, we also have an off-ice session most of the time. I think that figure skating will help me in the future because I'm actually doing some job interviews at the moment, and yeah, they're actually really pleased when I say like, oh, I'm doing like a top sport, and it also brings a lot of different qualities with it, like team sport and such things. My biggest dream or goal is to participate in Olympic Games, if that's possible, if it will be an Olympic sport. But yeah, I think that's, and also maybe to participate in a competition like outside of Europe. That would be really nice. So yeah, we already compete in several like international competitions, but we would love for it to be like an Olympic sport that we can still participate in Olympic Games. But yeah, we're not sure yet if that will be a possibility. During the past COVID year, we actually had a lot of problems with skating because, of course, there were a lot of rules and we had to sit at home. But I think we always made like the best out of the situation we had. Like we had a lot of Zoom sessions, a lot of Zoom sessions. And I think we actually did more in the beginning of the lockdown than normally because we had a lot of free time. So our coach was just like, let's go. We're just gonna use this time wisely. So I think we're actually doing okay, but yeah, every time the ice rink closes again, it's like a big disappointment, so yeah. In order to prepare for like a show or performance, it usually takes, like, you work for it the whole year. Like at the end of summer, you start building the programs, and then yeah, you practice them like the whole winter season, and then yeah, like autumn season basically. And in January the competitions start most of the time. Sometimes a bit earlier, sometimes a bit later, but yeah, the beginning of the winter, that's where the competitions happen. Rituals I have before I start a show performance is, well, I start with my right skate and then I put on my left one. And also when we have a competition, like each team member has their own place in the dressing room and we stick to that the whole competition, so yeah, that's also something we do. Well, I should have two favorite synchronized skating teams. One is Team Unique, which is a Finnish team. I really like their programs because they're always very creative. And I also like Team Paradise from Russia because it's just very beautiful. They just basically fly over the ice. It's like watching a ballet. So I really like them as well. So now I'm ready to go onto the ice.